I'm Judy Shaw on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange along with Matt Kobach. Joining us today is Anthony Noto. He is the CEO of SoFi. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And as everyone knows, we start every one of these with an icebreaker. So pick a card, any card, read it, give us your answer.
What's your typical day like? My typical day is incredibly hectic. I get up anytime between 5 and 6 a.m. We work in Presidio in San Francisco, so it takes about an hour to get to work. It's normally when I get in phone calls to friends and business partners on the East Coast.
You're calling friends?
East Coast. Okay, yeah, not West Coast friends.
So it's a very productive hour, and then the day takes off depending on what day it is, with a series of pre-planned meetings, and then really attacking any issues that are on the table.
Cool.
Okay, great.
Good, great day.
All right, so let's get into it. So what's your background, Anthony, and how did you end up at SoFi?
Sure, I joined SoFi in March of 2018. Prior to SoFi, I spent just under 4 years at Twitter, first as Chief Financial Officer, then as Chief Operating Officer. Prior to that, I was at Goldman for 2 different stints, Goldman Sachs as a banker for 4 years, leading tech, media, telecom banking. And prior to that, I was at Equity Research Analyst covering the internet and media sectors. And in between the 2 stints, I was the CFO of the National Football League.
Oh. So let's talk about what you're doing right now, SoFi. Tell us about SoFi, and specifically the SoFi Invest platform, because this is big.
Sure.
Feels big.
Sure. For those that are not familiar with SoFi, we are a mobile-first, member-focused personal finance company. The company was originally started with the ability to refinance student loans. It then morphed into personal loans and then mortgages. We relaunched mortgages at the beginning of the year. We think it's a much better product for our members. We think we can double the volume in 2019, so we're excited about that. And more significantly, we relaunched the mobile app as a native mobile app at the beginning of the year with 2 great products. One is called SoFi Money. It's the best of checking and savings in one account. Very high interest at 2.25%. Interest with no requirements. No minimum balance, no direct deposit. Everyone gets 2.25%. We charge no fees. And with SoFi Money, in our app, you can pay your bills, you can pay your friends, you can do bank transfers, we'll send physical checks for you. You also get a debit card, an ATM card, and we refund all of your ATMs. And then the last product, which we're here to talk about today, is SoFi Invest. And SoFi Invest is helping people get to our mission for them, which is to reach financial independence. So we offer stocks, ETFs, robo-advisory, no commissions, no fees, no account fees.
Okay, so
ETFs, let's hear it.
Yes, ETFs. Why are you moving into that space?
Yeah, we looked at the range of ETFs that are out there for our members, and we didn't think there was any ETF that was tailor-made for what we think is important for our members. And specifically, we want to give them an opportunity to invest in a diversified portfolio of companies. And so the SoFi Select 500 and the SoFi Next 500 are focused on the 500 largest companies and then the next 500 largest companies in the marketplace. We charge no fees on the ETFs. Also, the price for the ETFs is low at $10, so it makes it more accessible. You can invest a minimum of $10 a piece per share. And then last, the weighting of the companies in the ETF is based on their growth factors.
Okay. Why was no cost important?
It's important that our members can reduce any friction to becoming investors. Millennials have great anxiety about investing, and many of them are novice or beginning investors, so we wanted all of their money working for them in the fund, as opposed to taking a piece of it for management fees or expense fees.
Love it. So you're really reducing a lot of the friction for anyone who might not be familiar with investing to invest.
That's exactly right. Our target, millennials and Gen Z, they're really underserved in the financial marketplace. And so we want to bring them into these different activities, spending better, borrowing better, saving better, investing better, and protecting better, so they can get their money right, and ultimately that will allow them to get to this point where they have enough money to do what they want, which is what we call financial independence.
So let's talk about the ETFs that you're launching today. There's 2 new funds. What's compelling and unique about these funds, and how do they fit into the portfolio?
Sure, the first and most important thing is it's a great core holding because it's so diversified. The top 500 largest companies or the next 500, and then they have to pay nothing for those fees, and they're weighted based on growth. And so we're seeking a return that's equivalent to what the market may return over time. We obviously can't predict results, and I would refer all the viewers to our filings for more details, but they're constructed in a way so that you could get a market return at a low cost of $10 per share starting today.
Well, I love ETFs. I think they're a great investment vehicle. I love talking about them, love having you on. And also, as we were talking before we came on camera, I'm a SoFi fan. I've refinanced my student loans, refinanced my mortgage, and I might have to look into SoFi Invest as the next step, right?
And would you share with everyone how much you saved?
How much did I save?
How much?
$160,000 by refinancing a mortgage and refinancing student loans, and I think I paid maybe $1,000 in fees and remortgaging.
Well, we should absolutely reinvest that $160,000 of savings into investment to get there faster.
I want to know that in the account it says that you can send friends money, right?
You can send friends money person to person, and you can invite them into SoFi money.
So can I invite you in and if you ever need to send me any money, I'm right, you got it?
You can invite me, we can be friends, but the funny thing about our product, not funny, but the great thing about our product is if you want to send money to someone else, they don't have to be a SoFi member. We'd love it if they were, but you can send it to anyone, and it goes through, it doesn't matter what platform they're on personally, it will send them an email. If they're a SoFi Money member, it will send them a push notification.
Wow.
So they don't have to be a SoFi Money member, but we would love them to.
Of course. Well, good to know. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.